Hey, all, Maria here. Jumping on real quick, just to talk about what it means to be a healer. What is a healer? You hear this word thrown around a lot nowadays. Um, and I just want to kind of share my perspective of what it actually means to be a healer. So I do feel like it has become another label, like everything in this society, that can feed the disempowerment of humanity. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So, to me, being a healer, first of all, we're all healers. We're all born with the innate capability of healing, just like nature, just like the trees, the plants, everything that has life to it has this innate capability of healing itself from the inside out. And that's literally what this whole transformational journey really is of evolution. It's literally healing everything from the inside out. Very similar to how a physical wound heals for anybody that is a nurse or healthcare provider that has worked with wounds. We know that in order for the wound to actually heal properly, it has to heal from the inside out. So every single one of us is a natural born healer because our bodies are just like nature. They have this intuitive intelligence that although much of what is in the environment works against that, the power of it is still stronger than anything in the external. But our belief systems are actually what suppress the innate capability of our body to do what it's meant to do. Wow, that's profound. It's our belief systems that suppress that natural capability of what our bodies are truly designed to do. And when I talk about our belief system, as you know, I talk about how programmed we are. So we are programmed with very disempowering beliefs. We're programmed to believe that we need everything outside of us to fix us, save us, heal us, right? That's literally why the healthcare system is like the biggest business going, because it feeds that narrative that we have to first go to a professional for them to tell us what's wrong with us and then to tell us what we need to do in order to fix ourselves, right? But it's always an external source of a remedy, right? It's always, oh, go get this surgery or take this medication, which then you're gonna have to take this medication because that medication causes 25 other things, right? So it's like when you really like break it down and start to see like, whoa, we have been so trained, so programmed to believe that everything we need is outside of us, right? So that's what I mean about how our belief system is what really suppresses that innate capability of the body to do what it's designed to do. It's designed to heal. So we are all born with the wisdom of how to heal. Um, and I'm sharing this because in my, we'll say, realm of healers, right? Um, and this is not a judgment by any means, it's purely observation that I have really been pretty in tune and attuned to kind of since I started this journey. This belief, I hear a lot of energy healers, and I don't even like to, I'll use that label just for people to have some kind of an understanding of what I do. But I actually feel like I'm an energy shifter when I'm doing sessions on people. Um, because I don't believe that I am actually healing the person's body or I'm healing their mind or their emotional body. Like I'm not. What I feel like I'm doing in my sessions, and trust me, my sessions are very, very potent. They're powerful, they're empowering, and they go deep because again, the belief that I was programmed with, especially as a nurse, or the narrative I should say, is that like we never get to the root cause of things. And so in my spiritual journey, I have learned that we must get to the root cause of why our physical body is in disease, why our mentition, our cognition is in dis-ease, right? There's a root cause to why these things happen. And yes, then we have all these other catalysts that amplify that. All of the toxins in the environment, all of the toxins in our food, all of the toxins in everything just act as a catalyst. But underneath even all that, there's a root cause to all of our disease. And really, it's our human self has become disconnected from our spiritual self, our light, um, the knowing that we are innately designed to heal ourselves. So again, that belief system is what suppresses the actual capability of the body to do what it's meant to do, what it's designed to do. So what I've really, really observed over these last 5 years of meeting all different practitioners is there is this like, and it's unconscious. I don't feel it's an intentional thing when energy healers say, I can heal that. Like, I don't think that it's meant to be driven by the ego, but it's driven by the ego. It is an egoic construct to, first of all, believe that we have any business healing somebody else, right? And second of all, to take that away from them. That belief is taking that power away from that individual. One of the first things I tell people when they come for sessions with me, whether it's coaching, whether it's energy healing, whether it's intuitive readings, or all of the above, I am very transparent about my belief about this is that I'm not here to heal you. I'm not. I'm here to potentially shift your awareness of things that are blocked from your conscious awareness. And with that, healing comes with that. Just bringing something out from the shadow into the light begins the sort of healing process of things, because how can we heal something that we are unaware that we're carrying energetically in our body, in our mind? So a lot of like my energy work I do on people, and try, I can go into anything. That's not being egotistical. That's just knowing what my capabilities and what I'm able to do at this point in my journey. And I'm able to go into people's bodies and see where disease is manifesting, see what potentially caused it, what is the root cause, what is the wound underneath all of the physicality of how the disease manifested, right? I'm brought into very, very deep awarenesses that most people aren't walking around with in their conscious awareness. So in those sessions, a lot of it is me just bringing that to their conscious awareness, just that alone. And then, of course, I'm also given all sorts of like prescriptions, really just guidance from spirit for them on how, giving them tools on how now, what are you to do with this information that we just brought up, right? Now, what do you do with that? How do you process that? How do you integrate the healing into this massive amount of information that we just like took a deep dive into, right? So to me, being a healer is really just you're providing space for people. You are um you're truly just embodying the energy of love. Like unconditional, that high vibration source creator energy of love. There's nothing else to do. And I say and share this because there's a lot of us that are waking up to our innate gifts that we're all born with, our psychic capabilities, our telepathy, our really it's just our ability to read energy because we're energy. That's really what it is. I mean, we can call it all these fancy things, but like at the end of the day, we're all just energetic beings that know how to read energy because we're energy. And there's many of us that are starting to remember this and connect and tap into this, but I'm also seeing this motivation or an intention, and even this now kind of stress being taken on by different practitioners that they have to heal their client. And let me tell you, that's how I lived as a nurse. And maybe that's why my awareness of this is so it's so poignant. It's so right there. Like it's so obvious to me because I already walked kind of that journey as a nurse, thinking that I was there to heal my patients and fix them and put them all back together, right? And it's you don't ever actually feel like you succeed at that. At least I didn't as a nurse. And I know many other healthcare professionals can resonate with that as well. So maybe that's why I'm like it's so just like blatant to me when I see it in different healers when they're coming across with that energy, like that either they believe that they heal people, one, or that they have this expectation and this pressure on themselves that, oh my God, if they didn't heal their client, they did a bad job. And that's so disempowering as a practitioner, that's disempowering as the client, and it doesn't facilitate any true healing, to be honest. So I share this because I'm really starting to see this bleed into all different areas. And I know when I first started waking up to my healing gifts, it was like, yeah, I'm a healer. But there was never really a part of me that believed I was healing anyone, even when I started doing this like transformative quantum type shifting work that people would have like massive breakthroughs. Like I'm telling you, my sessions are potent. They're potent. But it's also because of the type of clients I get. They are their higher self is sending them to me. And it's the same thing with my business partner Sam, because her sessions are just as fucking potent. And if you do a session with both of us, woo, hold on to your hats, people. It's a wild ride, but it's all good shit. Um, but it's like we have this capability of being able to go deep with people because we've done that for ourselves and continue to do that for ourselves every day. She and I are deep in our internal world. We go deep into our feels. We go deep into our wounds. We don't shy away from it. And I even remember Sam telling me something like, I don't she if it was a class she took or a reading she had from someone, but basically that they acknowledged to her that both she and I were able to connect with these intuitive gifts as quickly as we were because neither one of us shied away from going deep into our pain. To be honest, we had to go really deep into our pain, and we still do. And that's what transforms. It's being able to go in there deep for ourselves to find the root of all of our disconnect and our disease and surrender to it, not even try to change it. You actually just have to feel it. Literally, to be a healer, you have to be a feeler. You cannot be disconnected from your body. You cannot be living up in your mind all of the time. You will never heal. You will be a slave, a victim to the programming in the mind, the addiction of the mind to the state of suffering. That is how humans are programmed. That's how our minds are programmed. So if you're always up here, you're never actually feeling in your body to the depths that we as humans have the ability to feel. And let me tell you, it's not easy work, but it is freeing and empowering. And when I say like feel, I don't just mean feeling all the pain. I mean feeling all the everything. It means you feel gratitude to a depth that I can't even put into words. You feel joy in a depth that I can't even put into words. You don't shy away from the human experience of feeling. The more you feel, the more you heal. It's really that's the answer to the test. How do I heal it? I just want to heal it. I just want to get rid of it. That just wanting to get rid of things is amplifying the energy that you're trying to run from or numb out from. You have to actually just surrender to what is coming up in the body because it's been there our whole lives. It's been there, right? And because it's not in our conscious awareness, we live a life in denial, really. So it's really coming out of denial. That's what the healing process is. It's coming out of the denial, piercing the veil, seeing all the shit that's been buried in us, good, bad, and different, that we haven't allowed ourselves to fully embody and feel it. That's what a healer is. It's not someone that you go to that takes away all of your shit. That's not really at all what a shaman is. And I feel as though at this point in my journey, I can really, I align with that word. Okay. I still won't identify as a shaman. I will still call myself a shamanic practitioner. And I don't know, I feel like that's just a respect thing, to be honest, for me, because I know that like, what we perceive to be a true shaman, like those individuals are like chosen by their tribe and they go through some serious like life altering shit, which my guides are like saying right now, well, you have to. And yes, I have. but I still, and maybe this is my human that's just can't own the label of a shaman in a way that like I'll say to people I'm a shaman. But it is a word that resonates with me because to me what a shaman does is like it walks with you. They walk with you through the darkness. They don't take your darkness away from you. They don't take your suffering away. We cannot take away someone's suffering, just like no one can take away my suffering. I can't take away my suffering. I have to feel into my suffering for it to naturally move through me because it's just energy, right? It's just energy that's being trapped into the body because the human egoic construct of me is labeling it as uncomfortable or painful. So it's distracting, it's numbing out, it's denying it. It's denying. It's in denial, right? The ego is in denial. All of our egos are. So healing, being a healer, we're all healers. We are all healers. That is the premise of all of the work I do, is showing people that they are their own master healer if they so choose to step into that role. But there is work that comes with that. You can't just go, oh, okay, I'm a healer and I'm healing myself. No, again, you have to feel your shit. That's the only way. You have to acknowledge all of your shit, all of your stuff. You have to. That's the only way through. And so I I identify as a healer only because I've healed my own physical disease. I heal my emotional disease. I heal my mental diseases, my anxiety, my depression, right? Like I have healed those within me. That's why I'll say I'm a healer. But that's the only reason I will actually self-identify as a healer because I have healed myself and I continue to heal myself. So I hope this helps people that no matter where you're at in your journey, if you're somebody that's going to someone for healing, just be aware of how they're showing up for you. Do you feel empowered or do you feel like on some level you're still giving your power away to someone, meaning you think you need them? And that could be coming from your own internal belief system and insecurity, or it could also be coming from the practitioner that's giving that energy off. And again, this is not to trash talk practitioners. It's to bring an awareness of how we are all still human. And if we're not working on our unconsciousness every single day, I don't care how long we've been doing this work as a practitioner. If we are not constantly working on our unconsciousness every single day, that is going to bleed out into the work that we do for people. So if we are not aware of our internal fears and insecurities, that is going to bleed out into what we share with other people, whether it's in a session, whether it's in conversation with people. So this is where self-awareness is the key to everything. Everything. We have to be able to become self-aware. The more self-aware you are, the more aware you are of everything around you, because that's when you see everything as the mirror. I think I said it in one of my last videos. When you know thyself, or even know what isn't thyself, you can so easily discern everyone and everything in your external reality, what we perceive to be separate from us in the external. So I'm not going to hem and haw much longer about what it is to be a healer, but I do hope this helps people that are starting to, wherever you're at in your journey, right? Don't give your power away to anybody. Don't believe that you're going to go to um this amazing shaman or this amazing, I don't know, whatever all these fancy words we use for what we do. We're all just shifting energy. That's the irony of it, and reading energy, and then delivering the message, right? But just be mindful of like, how are they empowering you? Are they giving you the tools? That's the other thing. When you go for sessions, do you get tools on now how you integrate whatever came through in the session? Are you given like homework basically on how now you can take whatever guidance came through and apply it to your everyday life? That's the whole point of having sessions, right? I've really noticed that people get addicted to going and getting readings and healings, just like how they're addicted to going and getting pills from the system. It's like, oh, I'm feeling off. I gotta go get a clearing today. I gotta go get this reading today. But then there's no integration with the information that comes through. So the healing is stunted. It doesn't, it only goes as far as the human is willing to take it. So when you're having sessions, are the people giving you tools on how now you heal yourself, right? Or are they telling you, oh yeah, I cleared this from you and I pulled that out of you and like, yeah, you should be good to go. I would personally, I would be aware of that. I would just check in with that, right? Because that's the other thing. Yes, I use all sorts of different tools, crystals and sage and all these great things. I'm not downplaying these things. These are all beautiful things that nature gave us that have a high vibration, that have their own master healing capabilities. So when we combine them with ours, oh, of course, they're super tools, right? Of course. We don't need them though, but they are great. But even with all that, even though I use crystals to remove certain things, really, got to be honest, I don't feel like I'm removing anything. I feel like I'm pulling stuff up to the surface for people so they can be aware of it. So then they, as their own God self, their own master healer, can now release this energy. But they have to be ready. They have to be ready to look at this insecurity. They have to be ready to look at this fear and truly connect with it and see, am I ready to let this go yet? Am I ready to detach from this, right? So again, while my crystals are magnificent master healers in themselves and they have this beautiful capability of transmuting things 100%, I'm not denying any of that. Eh, if you're still having to go for sessions or you're using sessions, I'm not saying don't go for, again, don't take anything I'm saying like literal and black and white. I'm just sharing different things that are coming through that I have found in my own journey and just what I'm observing in all different people. I myself get clearings from time to time, but not that often, to be honest, because I do it myself. And it's funny because my guide showed me a couple months ago when I was asked by someone, who have I experienced the most massive shift from, or who have I felt the lightest from after a healing? And I just sit there for a minute because I kept being shown my face. And I was like, but that wasn't the question. And it's like, yes, that was the question. You just didn't expect you to be your own answer. And it was like, holy shit, that's right. Of course, I'm my own most powerful healer because only I can choose to release certain things from my body and my mind. Nobody can do that for me and nobody can take it away from me, right? That's again, that's still falling for the paradigm. It's just in a different way, but it's still falling for the paradigm we're all still trapped in this the third and fourth dimension, the belief that everything is outside of us. So don't fall for that belief anymore. Transmute that belief. Start believing in yourself. Start recognizing that you have all of these beautiful gifts. When you look around and you look at these psychic mediums, these intuitives, these healers, right? And again, I'm not knocking the titles because I myself have those titles written on my email, written different areas, right? But I mean, when you look at them, are you putting them on a pedestal? Are you calling them your spiritual guru? Do you think they know more than you do? Because they don't. They don't. We all have the same, we are all born with the same knowing. We all know where we came from. We just forgot. We're all just programmed to forget. So these people that you're putting on pedestals, take them off because guess what? They're still people too. They're allowed to be their human self. I've taught this from the get-go because I'm someone that always put people on pedestals. Do not put me on a pedestal. I tell everyone that comes to me, especially for coaching, because I can feel immediately when people do that. I said, don't put me on a pedestal. That's not fair to you and it's not fair to me. It disempowers the individual that's putting me on the pedestal because again, they're perceiving I'm superior. I'm above them. I know more. I don't know more about them. They're them. I only know what I know through my inner experience, my understanding, right? I can only share what I know from my walk in this journey, but I don't know more than them. I only know myself, right? That's what I teach people, to know thyself and to not put anybody on a pedestal, because it's not fair to you thinking somebody else knows more. And it's not fair when we are on a pedestal, because then when we go through a human experience, when we start to show our humanness, these emotions, these things that we label as negative, right? Now, all of a sudden, this person that had me on a spiritual pedestal is like, what is wrong with her? I thought she was spiritual. Thought she had her shit together. It's like, that's what being spiritual is. It's allowing our spirit self to be in the human experience, meaning embodying all of what comes in the human experience. And what is that? Emotions. What is that? Trauma, right? It's all of it. It's the whole human experience. So we're all healers. You're a healer. Don't give your power away, and believe in yourself. And we can heal, down to the cellular level. I mean, many of us are doing this every day, right? And again, there's all these great things that can supplement the journey. Literally, supplements, right? Eating the right foods, diet, exercise, all of that is part of it, right? But when you really know that your internal medicine is the energy of unconditional love, dude, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. But I promise you, the only way you'll ever discern unconditional love is first by feeling into what we perceive to be the opposite of that, which is fear. So face your fears, be your own master healer, and I'm here to support your journey. Love ya.